Hey there guys, this is Justin here with the WinBarClub, and today I have an extremely epic 2 versus 2 battle here in Total War Rome 2. This battle is a big barbarian showdown. I'm going to be playing as Tylus, my ally is the Nervii, and we are taking on the Swaby and the JTA. So, this fight, it happens extremely quickly. So I'm not going to take the time to go through all of the units. If you guys want to know what they are, I will have them run by on the side of the screen quickly, but I'm not going to take time to read them off to you other than a few quick points, so I'm going to put it in slow motion real quickly. First off, me and my ally here both brought complete rush armies, so we've got no skirmishing. Our army's all about overwhelming with numbers and getting into the enemy and just doing more damage before they can effectively skirmish with us. So that is our goal. Both of our opponents did bring skirmishing contingents. My opponent brought a strong one here, 5 Cimbri bowwomen, and then some things he's going to have that are going to slow me down are these berserkers. These guys, heavy melee infantry, they do a ton of damage, but the biggest thing is they don't rout and they cause terror, so I can't ignore them even if there's only 5 men left in the unit, because if they get into the backs of one of my units, it can actually rout them with some of the weaker units that I have. So like I said, this battle is going to unfold very quickly, and at one point in this replay, as you guys will notice, the units themselves get choppy. It's not anything I've ever seen in a replay before. I don't know what is doing it to my file, and you'll see my camera moves just fine. My frames are still over 60, so it's kind of random, but it doesn't last the entire video. The other quick side note, yes, I know it's been like 5 months since I've posted a video. I ended up having a hardware failure in my computer that made me stop uploading so abruptly, and I had not been able to afford fixing that until recently, since I am still paying for school and stuff like that. Other things came before my YouTube hobby, but now that that's fixed, I should be able to bring you guys regular content, that is, once again, barring another hardware failure. But right off the bat here, you can see I'm charging Levy Freeman forward, and they are soaking up the fire from these bowwomen. He really should have retargeted these guys, but I do have my men quite a bit in front. Over here, the first engagement is this Riders of the Hunt got charged by my Noble Horse, and then a Levy Freeman of mine, and Mighty Horse of my ally. So this unit here just decimated in seconds. I believe they gave their lives valiantly to save the rest of this cavalry from getting caught without support. My opponent's trying to bring over these Spear Brothers. They're going to get caught by my swords. And along the entire line, this is perfect for me. These Levy Freemen are going to soak up this charge, which is just what I wanted. And my Tribal Warriors and other units here, Gallo-Thracian Infantry, are going to get in. And this is the part I was talking about where it gets randomly kind of choppy. You can see my camera moves just fine, so I don't know what causes that. If any of you do, I'd be interested in hearing what. I've never had it happen before though. But you can see all along this line I've got infantry charging in. Over here, a lot of stuff is going on at once. I've got units moving over here. I've got units splitting this gap here, trying to get into the back of these berserkers. I've got cavalry in the back wrapping up these bows as best as I can. The issue is that there's just a ton of them. You can see my Levy Freemen have broken, and over here I've got these Oathsworn charging in to try to help out with these berserkers. My ally's got his general trying to stop this cavalry, and all along his line, his opponent brought 4 of these noble swords, which against these fierce swords is not really a fair fight, so he's going to last for a little bit with the shield wall. And you can see now the game is back to being perfectly smooth, but these noble swords are going to cut their way through eventually. And down here we've got a cavalry engagement mixed in with some infantry in these trees. So there's a lot going on very quickly. Some of my units are coming back from routing, and as I notice them, I'm bringing them back towards this cavalry fight. And you can see my opponent's center, these round shield swordsmen, starting to get overwhelmed. My cavalry's been shot down quite a bit, but they are still over here chasing after these bows, slowing up a little bit and taking a lot of fire. But they are still going to get to do a little bit more damage here. Over here on this side, check this out. These guys down to 2 men. This is what I was talking about. I don't know where the berserkers are. This looks like one of them. Here they are. These berserkers go until everyone is dead. This is the last man, and he's going to be just fighting it out. Look at that. That was a long string of attacks. Wow. That's a lame way for him to die after all that amazing animation. But you can see over here, this cavalry fight, I've got these levy freemen and these Celtic warriors in it, and so we're going to withdraw our cav and let the infantry deal with that. My infantry has overwhelmingly broke through here. You can see the dead all across the ground, so my army's going to start running over. What's left of the Suebi's going to fall back. We've got these noble horsemen here, and we've got some Falxmen coming to get ready to charge in, so I'm trying to set up my men. I'm actually going to get an attack order here at the last minute, but I didn't get it soon enough to get a good charge bonus on these guys. So my men are going to be in a grind here. Again here we've got berserkers holding to the very end. They're not going to do as well against my Oathsworn as other units, but they fight to the last man. So there they are doing their thing. Over here, I threw in these levy freemen. I'm not expecting them to do anything. They are just trying to hold these noble swords as long as they can, because as you can see, the noble sword horde is moving up towards me, and my army is rearranging itself quickly. Here we've got a charge. This is Oathsworn against some cheap swordsmen, so this is going to go... Actually, I don't even think those are swords. That's bows. Yeah, that's the Dacian skirmishers. And so these guys are going to get cut down. That guy there, those Oathsworn making short work of that. So my army is setting up for this large advance of noble swords. And down here, my ally still has troops. And these guys are going to put up a valiant resistance and tie up a lot of his opponent's troops. So his inability to clean up my ally completely is going to actually hurt him, because these fierce swords back here are going to keep killing, and he's got a lot of cavalry left. You can see here these noble swords. We're going to watch this. The cavalry's coming in on the back of these noble swords. Big charge there. Now the noble swords are actually going to handle that decently well. They're not going to go down super quickly, especially since this is this noble horse unit. Yeah, it is deadly, but it is not one of the really intense shock cavalry that would just shatter a unit like that, much less noble swords. Over here we've got a huge mess. These noble swords just getting overwhelmed by some of my Oathsworn and Celtic warriors. A bunch of cavalry fighting going on. And here I was trying to get around the flank with my general. This guy's going to see it and bring his noble swords down to avoid letting me charge him in the back with Oathsworn, which is a good move. And at this point, with the collapse of these units over here, my cavalry is setting up to come over. There's cavalry doing rear charges all around here. So my opponent, even though these noble swords would last for a while, there's just not enough of them to take out what is left of our forces. So as you watch this combat here, he's ending up conceding defeat there. Lost the word for a second. But as you guys can see, Pyrrhic victory there. Extremely bloody battle. You can see a lot of my units here doing pretty well. Some of these tribal warriors actually doing really well. Cavalry getting some kills, and my Oathsworn, as always, doing some work. But I ended up killing 2,161 troops in that battle, lost over 1,500, almost 1,600. My ally did lose 1,600, killed 1,800, and you can see our opponents there. The JDA player getting almost 2,000 kills, but all in all of us lost close to and over 1,600 men, so giant battle. A lot of men died, and it happened super quickly just because of the nature of the armies that, well, me and my ally brought. We needed that battle to end fast, or else we would be in trouble because it would have been a skirmish. But I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I will be back with more content soon. I'm looking at reviewing some mods actually for Total War Warhammer coming up. And also, if you guys have any battles you would like me to show of your own, any good Total War battles from Warhammer or Rome or Napoleon, send them my way. The email is in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and I will be back soon.